if you have a vegetarian or a vegan that's coming over for Thanksgiving, there's an awesome item that can be a main dish, or we can just eat it as a side dish.
As a side dish as well.
Okay.
So at 317 Main Street, we have a lot of vegan options, and this is one of those options, and it's a great side dish or an entree. So it's real simple, just a little bit of oil we put into the pan, and we're using a lot of seasonal ingredients. So we have our golden oyster mushrooms, we have Brussels sprouts, chestnuts, almonds, cranberries, and then our vessel, which is actually the acorn squash. And what we do is we roast that in the oven, and then we serve it with a roasted corn puree. So I'm gonna have you add the mushrooms to this.
Does it taste like butternut squash to acorn squash?
Sort of. There you go. All right. I'm gonna add the Brussels sprouts.
Okay. Now, how hot is that? Is that
This is about a medium temperature, and then you're gonna add the chestnuts to it.
Roasting on an open pan?
Open pan, yeah. Right. And
Wow,
then
chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Right?
see, now you
Look at us.
Look at
I've
us.
never, I have literally
Never-
never roasted a chestnut.
There you
This
go.
is amazing.
You're gonna add the almonds and the cranberries
Oh
to
my
it.
God.
You're
All right.
first, chef.
So
Here we
see,
go.
thank you. I'm happy to be your first. So it's a real simple dish, and you can actually change out the different
That's why you need
vegetables of this.
spices? No.
You add a little salt and pepper into it. The actual vessel that we're using, the acorn squash, we brushed it with a little bit of an agave puree,
Oh.
so it's natural because you can't use sugar or honey because it's not vegan. And a lot of the flavors that are in here, the cranberries will come out, the almonds and the chestnuts will give it that earth tone, the Brussels sprouts will give it that a little bit of a bitter, but also that rustic vibe to it, the real Thanksgiving fall type of feel to it.
And that you cooked, you pre-cooked
Right.
it in oven?
So yep, and what you can so we cook that in the oven ahead of time.
And you pour the ingredients inside,
Right.
and then we would dress it with
Yep,
this.
you just a little bit of this here,
That's it.
and it's real simple and
And
easy.
look at the finished
Wow.
product. It's gorgeous.
Just a
It
little
looks
fry.
like a centerpiece.
All right. It depends on how generous you want to be with your family and friends, and you just add a
It's Thanksgiving. Be generous.
Be generous,
Yeah,
there you go.
pile it in.
and you want to do the honors and do a little drizzle.
Okay.
All right, you do the drizzle. All right.
Thanksgiving for everyone.
There you go.
Do I go over the top?
Yep, around the outside. There you go.
oh, the
There you go. You go top too.
Oh, sorry.
More flavor, more gooder.
It's Thanksgiving.
Right?
Be generous. There you go.
And again, it's a simple dish. It's a vegan dish. It's a great, deep, rich dish, and it can be a side, an entree. We serve it at 317 Main Street, and the vegans love it. And actually, people purchase this and have protein on it, whether it's chicken or shrimp or steak or pork, and it's
Or
a great
turkey.
or turkey in our yeah. So it's fun and it's simple.
Okay, if you don't want to do any actual like cooking in a pan or in an oven, but you want to bring something really nice or serve something really nice, this is a great idea.
Yes, it's you know what? It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of variety. So a meat and cheese board, classic, right? But how do you twist it? How do you make it interesting? Well, you pay attention to the different cheeses. At the restaurant, we use local cheese, local mongers for that, and you get a wide variety. So we're always looking for things that have different flavors, different textures. With the meats, the prosciutto, salam, mortadella, pepperoni, and then you always want to have an acidity in there. So we have homemade pickles, homemade olives, and always, of course, you want some type of bread, some focaccia. But this is something that you could do ahead of time, like you said. Bring it to a friend's house, bring it to a family's
And
house.
how
You
did
look
you
like a rock
pick
star.
which cheese went
Yeah.
with what meat?
So you try to
never
find,
know.
so obviously tasting a lot because you need to taste your cheese and the meat, right? So
That's a
you want to
terrible
find, I know it's a
job.
bad idea, I know, I shouldn't have ever started this business. But tasting it, so you want to find cheeses that have saltiness to them, sweetness to them, so it balances each other out. The other thing on a meat board is a jam and mustard. So the jams could be seasonal as well. So right now figs are great this time of year. So you could make a fig jam or buy it. During the summertime, you can make a fruit jam, an apricot jam, and again, it adds a balance to the meat board. So in choosing your meats, you want to find things that have a good fat content to it because it's that butteriness that comes from the actual meat itself. You want to have things that are a little saltier, that cuts through everything else. And then you want to have items that have almost a rustic, deep, rich, like the prosciutto, where it's dried for 9 months and then shaved really thin, but you can't get enough of that. That's one of the biggest sellers at the restaurant, where we sell this meat and cheese board, and people just want more and more of that prosciutto di Parma. So it's a lot of fun.
Thank you so much. I feel like our Thanksgiving is going to be exceptional with your help.
And the holiday seasons, right?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for
Yeah, this
coming
is
and-
good for all year round.
all year round. Makes life easier, right?
Yeah.